just straight medication.
I also, I feel like it shows the spirit of this panel that it took like all of us to get me in this chair.
Well, I walked up and suddenly people were laughing and my immediate feeling was, what's the joke? You missed the joke! And then I was like, wait, are they laughing or are they trying to help somebody who's hurt? And then I was panicky and then, so what did I do? I just sat the fuck down. I was like,
no, it was just like,
most useful by being
let's
away.
not have her toppled over.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah, it was just good friendship.
It's too early in the day.
That's right.
Let's be honest.
Wake up!
Hello.
Is my microphone loud? Somebody said no, so
Yes,
turn it up.
Yes, it's the microphone.
That's right, it's not you.
All right, we'll take a question. Fine. I'm going to start over here if everybody's fine with that. M'lady.
Hello, it's so nice to see you ladies again.
Hello.
Back at you.
Thank you. My question is for actually Kim and Rachel. I have been revisiting one of my old fandoms, and I was wondering if you ladies would tell me what it's like to work on the set of CSI Las Vegas.
You worked at CSI Las Vegas?
You did?
I guess so. You know what's funny is my brain automatically knows which one is that.
That's what I said. And isn't there an NCIS?
I did every CSI, I think. So which do you remember which character Vegas was?
Rachel, you were one of the bridesmaids.
That's right, that was super fun with like Amanda Siegfried and like, yeah. And we did it black and white.
Yes.
It was so much fun. I really enjoyed them.
You got to flirt with Eric's Amanda, which I'm totally jealous about.
He and I played two people having an affair in a film around the same time. So I'd already I don't want to say. I'd already done inappropriate things publicly with him. So,
Are you referring to the film Little Athens?
Yes, correct.
Love that movie. Brought it to get you to sign.
It was really, and DJ and I were in that together.
Yep, that's why I have it.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome. So yeah, so now do you know which one was your CSI?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Same.
Okay, I'm going to be really embarrassed if this wasn't you, but it was the episode where they had the cops doing the marathon, and if it was you, your character was having an affair.
Oh, yes, okay.
Good, I'm not the one who's embarrassed.
Oh, I would have loved if that wasn't her.
That was me. All I remember from it is that I had a very specific line reading that I thought made sense to me, and it didn't make sense to any of the other actors, so when I said it, they all burst out laughing, and I was like, is that not the way I'm supposed to say it? They're like, no, it's good, it's really good, it's just a really extreme choice. It's like,
You made an extreme choice?
Just as you to know, it is always better to go further. And they can always drag you back. I did a play once where I was reading the script for the first time at a table read, and this line came up, and the way I read it was, "Are you mad?" And they all burst out laughing, and they went, no, Briana, dial it back. And the line reading was actually, "Are you mad?" So then they started calling me Steaks Buckmaster. It's always better to go further.
There's something else I want to draw attention to, which is like I was a chronic guest spotter, so like I did a lot of those. There aren't a lot of sets like Supernatural. Like as wonderful an experience as I have on so many shows, I haven't stayed in touch with any of those people the way we have all actually like made friendships.
That's because you can't get away from us. You're not like...
You're only being paid to be my friend, and I'll take it.
Yeah, because we also, the way that we like get to hang out is that we make you all watch.
that's
I love that idea.
The panel started to turn in its usual direction. Just there, that was the turn. Kim, do you remember the line? Do you remember your line?
Oh, that I said weird? Yeah, somehow there was something about, like, for the dead guy that I was having an affair with, I
Was he was dead or before he was
I
dead?
don't know, I don't remember. I think the whole, I think that was the crime, I know, right, I've got it, CSI, so he was probably alive when I was having an affair with him. But, so the husband, who was the suspect, said something about the teddy, and he bought the teddy for me. But I was wearing it for the affair, and Georgia brought up, she's like, well, you were wearing this piece of lingerie, and my line was, I look good in it, and I totally went, I look good in it. like completely like,
Anger.
fuck you.
And how did they want you to say it?
I don't know, that's how prepared. They just were surprised that it wasn't like, I look good in it, or something like a little more apologetic about a woman talking about her lingerie. Whereas I'm like, this is a fucking cop who runs marathons. She's not gonna goddamn apologize for looking good in her fucking underwear.
That's how I knew it was you.
Yes, I do remember that much of it, yes.
Having seen some of your shots as well, I bet you did look awesome.
Thanks. They unfortunately only got to talk about it. Fortunately for everyone. There's no naked. I've never been naked on film. I was naked on stage a lot. Yeah, inappropriately. There was a period of time I managed to work my tits into Tennessee Williams.
Which one?
Tennessee Williams, in the jungle. No, it was the one. It's the one in the jungle. And Shannon. Night of the Iguana. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, you guys are smart.
Yeah. Night of the Iguana.
I'm distracted by Ruthie's nails. Come on, hook a sister up. I encourage all of you to stop by Ruth Connell's table today to take a look at these nails.
I've got a multi-dimensional nail going on, which is unusual for me. I've managed not to pick it off. I normally bite it and pick it off. Sometimes you're in a panel and like, no.
Well, now you can't, because I told everybody to come look at them today. And get a selfie with them.
They match my sparkles in my shoes, which I have to say I have wore for Tabby. And I showed them to Valentina last time. These are my little
pictures. She actually specifically asked for you to take a picture and send it to her, and for Rob to take a picture and send it to her. Okay. My daughter came to the pajama party last night. And it was a very intense experience for her. So I had shared with these women that my daughter might crash the panel today, and she had a wonderful experience last night, but has realized that mommy's job may be fun, but it's also really fucking hard, and she doesn't want to do it anymore. So she will not be crashing the panel today.
She did great.
I love how much you've empowered your daughters, where they are free to tell you how they actually feel. I was really proud. So last weekend, I officiated my niece's wedding, which was no big deal for me. Like, everyone knows this. No, but my cousin's daughter was the flower girl, and it was hilarious because, like, when it was her time to walk down, she decided no, she was not into this. And my poor cousin is sitting there with her, and I very loudly heard her say, "Mom, I don't like this. I want to go home and go to sleep." And I was like, one, that's a well-raised daughter. Like, she was not afraid. She was just not. And I was like, I agree. I was sitting there ready to start officiating. And I was like, if I was verbalizing how I honestly felt, that was probably how I felt. Yeah, but I love that both your daughters are empowered to be able to say, hey, I don't like this.
And it's also good for my ego, because a lot of the time, especially lately, it's because we're apart so much this year, is that my husband will take videos of during the day and send them to me. And so many of the videos are going, say hi to mom. She goes, no. And it's not because she doesn't like me, it's because she doesn't want to take a fucking video, which is understandable. So I always have to go, she still loves me, it's fine, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, kids are great. All right. Thank you, CSI question.
Second question of the day, we've got 20 minutes left of the panel. Hi, what's your name, where are you from, what do you want?
I'm Haley, and I'm from...
Far.
I'm in California. It's near Oakland, hours away. I hope you guys are all doing well, and my question is for all four of you. If you guys weren't the creatures, or like, if you weren't like a hunter, or a witch, or a demon, what creature would you want to be?
Who's on the show the most?
Wait, in real life or on the show?
On the show.
Okay, so like, who else would I like to play?
Yeah. or like if you want to be like an angel, or like. Okay.
I had an immense amount of fun for the very brief period of time
Oh, yeah.
to be a demon.
I'd like to be a demon.
Demons are fun.
I think being a witch would be really fun too.
What about Ruth?
I just want to be
Thank you. Randy, everyone.
Thank you so much, bless you.
I mean, this is the answer Rowena would give as well. I just want to be Rowena.
Totally.
It doesn't get better than that. Apart from maybe I wouldn't mind. I will say this, but I wouldn't mind being Sam for the day, just to have an aerial perspective on everybody. That I just go.
It's like 2 Rowenas.
A tall Rowena.
Yeah.
I'd like to be a tall Rowena.
But can you imagine how flexible Sam would be if Ruth was playing? He could kick his leg, come back and kick his own ass.
Which might be a good thing. All in all, might be a good thing.
My first scene, I got to be Jared to a pulp, which was really fun and completely not realistic. But they had to right away I had to get him to the ground so I could then punch him, because otherwise it just would have been ridiculous.
And did you get him to the ground?
Yeah.
Did you tell Osric? Was he mad?
Osric wasn't on the show yet at that time.
Oh.
I got to work with Osric on his first episode. I was the first person on the show to meet him. It's really cool.
He's fine. He's fine.
Yes. He's
We love
good.
that.
So he's yours, is what you're saying.
He's mine.
He's yours.
Got it. It's mine. Dibs. All right. Thank you.
How are you all? Thank you for turning up so early on a Saturday morning. So nice to see so many people.
And so many familiar faces.
I was going to say, it's fun when I see my favorites.
Exactly.
We don't have favorites. We love you all. I totally have favorites in your hands.
And your favorites are always the loudest ones. Yeah, right? How are you?
Are a lot of you playing the games and
The extra stuff. I don't get it. I don't know. Just tell me where to go. Hi.
So I'm graduating next month, which is really
Woo!
exciting. But in order to do that, I have final exams, and they fucking suck. So I was wondering if you guys have any advice for getting across that final finish line of if I don't get this done, but I really don't want to get it done. Does that make sense?
Thank God, Ruth understands. Yes, help her.
So, how did you describe the final hurdle? How did you say it was?
I always felt like the universal challenge line, where it's the last 2% is the hardest thing to do.
The hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
Or is it your opportunity to put down onto paper everything you've learned and know to show the world that you got it?
Yeah, what I was going to say is ground, what I do when I have to get through one of those hurdles that's hard, is ground myself in what is actually important to me. So you have final exams, find those things that you really want to learn. Make sure you're not just oh, I have to do all this because it's on the test, because none of that's going to matter in the long run. And I think that lie makes it really hard to push yourself through. But whereas when you're grounded in I really want to know this information and I'm going to be able to use that in doing something that means a lot to me in the world, you will retain that information. And the test then it becomes just an arbitrary and it becomes pretty easy to get through. Does that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would like to give a shout out for saying fuck it all and burn it down. You do not have to. I encourage you to remind yourself this, because what will happen is that I will tell myself I have to, but I don't want to, and then I'll procrastinate and find I can't. That is not treating yourself well. If you want to say fuck it all and burn it down, do it. If you don't do it.
My perspective is that the part of you that is telling you that you don't want to do it is the part of you that is holding you back because you are fearful of the greatness that you can be. We're all very comfortable being what we know of ourselves. We are uncomfortable with the success that we have yet to reach, and that's in everything. That's in careers, school, relationships, parenting, fucking, I don't know, driving. The unknown is very scary, and so we, out of patterning, tell ourselves that we don't want to do it. I used to do this all the time with improv because I love doing improv, but it's so scary because you fail so often. So I used to tell myself I didn't like it, but I actually love it. But it's so scary.
The exact same thing.
Mm-hmm. So I think that what you actually want to do is succeed, because if you didn't, you wouldn't put yourself out there. But that last little bit, that last mountaintop, that last 2% is actually where all the success is. Because what happens is most people, not because they're bad, not because they're not as good at something, but because they are listening to their former patterning, their old patterns, they're going, I can't do it. When actually you can. You just don't know it yet. So just fucking do it, and then you'll know.
Next time I see you guys, I'll be graduating.
Yeah, you will. You go, girl.
And this is going to come out wrong, and you also won't have that dress anymore. Because I'll have stolen it and given you something else in return. Because I like the dress.
Oh my god, the dress would be a nightgown on you. She's so tall.
Make it work!
It's good. That's what she's saying, is this beautiful dress. Now sit down, sit down.
And that might steal it, though.
Hi, friends. So, my name's Rowena, and I'm really a big fan of all of you guys. And so, for the longest time, I have been, my biggest dream in life, is to be an actress. I've always wanted to do that. And so, one of my biggest dreams is acting in like some kind of action or sci-fi thing like all of you guys do. And so I was just wondering if you had any advice for an aspiring actress like myself, for what it's like to break into the business, or what it's like to be on set, or stuff like that.
Well, when I break into the business, I'll let you know. I don't have any advice. I take that back. I have plenty of advice. Some of it good, some of it bad. But the landscape of media is changing by the day. There's a brand new thing I just auditioned for last week, which I heard about for so long.